All right, what is going on, guys? UFC Fight Night, Whittaker versus Day Ritter is happening this weekend. This is going to be my full card, early predictions. Starting off with the first fight of the night, Martin Budai versus Marcus Buchecha. I'm going Marcus Buchecha via submission. I think the grappling is what's going to be in Buchecha's favor. I mean, if you just look at them both, he looks like he trains. Okay, Martin Budai does not look like he trains. If he does, he doesn't take it seriously. I feel like Marcus Buchecha is going to have a grappling advantage. Does he have a youth advantage? I don't remember if he has a youth advantage or not. But I think it's going to come down to the jiu-jitsu. I think that's what's going to work for Marcus Buchecha. I'm going to go second round rear naked choke. Moving up the card, we have Muhammad Yahya versus Stephen Nguyen. Nguyen? I don't know how to say his last name. Stephen, you can't pick Muhammad Yahya. I don't think he even has a win in the UFC. He just goes out there to lose. They give him, people come trying to get bounced back off of a loss most of the time. Stephen, to help build them back up. Muhammad Yahya probably doesn't belong in the UFC, and I think he is fighting, hometown advantage for him. I think he's going to go out there and lose. I'm going to go Steven via decision. I think he's going to outwork Muhammad Yahya in every facet of the game and probably get him cut from the UFC. Moving on up the card, we have Ibo Aslan versus Billy Elkanan. Elican? I don't know. I'm not good with pronunciation. Nonetheless, I'm going to go Ibo Aslan via decision. I'm not super confident in that pick, though. I think Billy could go out there. His best chance to win is with the grappling. I think if he can out-grapple Ibo Aslan, that's probably his most successful way that he could win the fight. But I think Aslan has good enough takedown defense, and the striking differential, I think Aslan has way better striking than Billy does. I think that is what's probably going to win the fight. Look at their height and reach. It's essentially the same. Aslan has a half-inch reach advantage, so that pretty much doesn't matter. But honestly, I think this is a 50-50 fight. I really could see Aslan getting out-grappled and losing via decision. But I think he's going to go out there, keep the distance with Billy, negate the grappling, keep the takedown defense in good condition throughout the entirety of the fight, not get taken down too much. If he does, work his way back to his feet and win via decision. Maybe like a 29-28 decision where Billy is able to out-grapple him one of the rounds. Moving up the card, we have Amanda Hebos versus Tabitha Ritchie. I'm going to go Tabitha Ritchie to get it done via decision. They're both coming off of losses. Every time Tabitha Ritchie gets a step up in competition, she loses. If this was a few years ago, I would pick Amanda Hebos, but I think she's nearing 40, out of her prime. She's got a 50-50 record, essentially. Not a 50-50 record. She'd be 12-12 if she had a 50-50 record. She's got half the losses she does wins. Would it surprise me if Hebos comes back and wins this fight? No, it wouldn't shock me at all. But it just seems like with these type of fighters, Tabitha Ritchie tends to win. Usually gets a robbery decision. I'm going to go 29-28 decision for Tabitha Ritchie, where it's super close, could go either way. Because that's probably how this fight is going to happen. Hebos does have a pretty good reach advantage, though. So let's see if she can do something with it. I don't know. Moving up the card, actually very tricky fight to pick. We have Davy Grant versus Damon Blackshear. Davy Grant, every time they give an up-and-coming contender or someone who should beat Davy Grant wins. I am very tempted to pick Davy Grant in this fight. Should I do it, though? If I'm being honest, I think I actually lean Grant as far as striking. I think Blackshear has a clear grappling advantage. I think that's what he needs to try to focus on to win this fight with Davy Grant. trying to remember how old Damon Blackshear is. I don't think it's gonna say it if I. It's not gonna say it if I pull this thing up. Because I think David Grant's 40. He's either 39 or 40 years old. I don't think Blackshear's that young. I think he's in his early 30s. I'm gonna go Davy Grant. Probably should pick Damon Blackshear to out-grapple Davy Grant and win. I just have a gut feeling that Davy Grant's gonna be able to negate the takedowns and bust Damon Blackshear up on the feet. Davy Grant can push a pace on people, some of them young whippersnappers coming up in the bantamweight division, and it just seems like, you know, you have somebody who's supposed to beat him. It's the test, the solid veteran test in Davy Grant that Damon Blackshear is supposed to be able to pass. And I don't know why I have a feeling that Davy Grant's going to win. I'm going to go Davy Grant to get it done via decision. Probably 29-28. I could see Blackshear maybe one of the rounds getting his back and not being able to submit him. Could be wrong on that pick, though. Moving up the card, this is going to be a good fight. We have Muslim Salihab versus Carlos Leal. I'm going Carlos Leal. Does he finish Muslim Salihab? I don't think he finishes Muslim Salihab. Muslim Salihab is like 40 or 41 years old. I would love to see, especially if he loses this fight, which I'm picking him to lose, Muslim Salihab. I would love to see, if Wonderboy still wants to fight, let's do Wonderboy versus Muslim Salihab. Muslim has called him out in the past. Didn't really make sense for him to get a ranked opponent, but now Wonderboy, I don't believe he's ranked anymore. Do it. It would be great. I'm going Carlos Leal, the reason being he's younger. Muslim's still fast. Still got great kicks. But Carlos Leal, the cardio doesn't seem to be an issue. The chin doesn't seem to be an issue. He's got decent grappling, decent jiu-jitsu. Primarily just likes to march you down and just throw bombs. And could he get clipped? Yes, he could get clipped. You know, like I said, Salihab has fast kicks still at like 40 or 41 years old. Still very fast with the kicks. But I just think it's going to be the pressure. I think the pressure of Carlos Leal is going to be able to break Muslim Salihab. I'm going to go Carlos Leal, third round TKO. It's going to be similar. Was it his last fight or the fight before that? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. I think it was his last fight, where it's up against the cage. Who is it? What's the guy's name? Alex Morono. Up against the cage. He's not going to put Muslim Salihab out cold. It's going to be an accumulation of damage, non-stop pressure, mixing it up, head, body. He was doing really good with that against Alex Morono. And when he had Alex Morono hurt, he did not let off. He kept pushing until he got the finish. I think that's going to be a similar ending to this fight. Cannot wait for this fight. Actually, very excited for this fight. Low-key, this fight, I think, could have been on the main card. I don't remember whatever was on the main card, but at least headlining the prelims. Let's see what is headlining the prelims. Okay, I understand this. Headlining the prelims, we have Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. Bryce Mitchell going down to bantamweight. I did see in an interview that he did fight one fight at bantamweight before. I think he said it was his first pro fight was at bantamweight. This is a very tricky fight to pick. On the feet, Saeed, clear advantage on the feet. I think he has better kicks, better striking in its entirety than Bryce Mitchell. The one thing I think, Bryce Mitchell's key to victory is pressure, pace, and takedowns. If Bryce Mitchell can get the takedowns working, I think he has a chance to win this fight. Is his cardio going to be affected by dropping down to bantamweight? I don't know. He's got good cardio. He can go a hard 15 minutes. That was at featherweight. My only fear for Bryce Mitchell, he's going to go for the takedowns. He's going to shoot for the takedowns. Saeed Nurmagomedov has very good guillotines, very good ninja chokes. And Bryce's last fight, what did he get submitted with? It was a ninja choke by Jean Silva. I could just see Bryce Mitchell, not doing too well on the feet. Saeed Nurmagomedov, like I said before, very good striking on the feet. That's probably his best weapon. The cardio, not very good for Saeed Nurmagomedov. It's throughout his entirety of his career that I've seen, the cardio always fails him. But I can see Bryce Mitchell shooting it on a takedown because he's not doing too good on the feet. And then Nurmagomedov locks up a ninja choke on Bryce Mitchell. Man, I don't. This is actually a really tough fight to pick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go Bryce Mitchell. This is why I'm gonna go Bryce Mitchell. I think Said Nurmagomedov is gonna pick up the first round, clear as day. Second round, I think he's gonna start getting tired. I think the first half of the second round, I think he's gonna be doing good. Second half, I think he's gonna start to gas, and Bryce is continuing that pressure. Gonna put the pressure on him. Third round, I think Bryce will completely take over. Maybe have a chance of getting subbed in the third round. Like he goes in for a takedown and Said Nurmagomedov locks up a ninja choke or guillotine. But I think we're going to see Bryce Mitchell 29-28 decision winning second half of the second round, but doing enough damage and control to win them the round and completely dominating the third round with his wrestling, with the grappling. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a fun fight. This is going to be an exciting fight. This is going to be a close fight. I could see, he's dropping that extra 10 pounds, okay? It might take something out of him. He might not be able to push the pace like he normally likes to do. Maybe he might not be able to take the shots like he kind of could at 145. We'll see. I don't know. Excited for this fight. Let me know down below who you got in this one. Moving up to the main card. Yeah, I can see why it's not on the main this fight wasn't on the main card. This is a great fight night. Why can't we get these great fight nights in the U.S.? I don't know. We have Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. I'm going Bogdan Guskov. First round KO. Reason being, Krylov just got KO'd, out cold 2 months ago. I don't know if he's going to be recovered. He just ran at him, got knocked out by Dominic Reyes. I was so confident Nikita Krylov to win that fight. Went out there, didn't really look too good. Bogdan Guskov, I am kind of worried. Krylov does have good grappling, and Guskov, that's probably his weakest link, is his grappling. I think he's going to go out there, be very smart, be very aware of Krylov's grappling, keep it on the feet, and I think he's going to find a shot in the first round, knock Nikita Krylov out. Be a solid win from Bogdan Guskov. And for Krylov, it would be a good win because Guskov, kind of up and coming at light heavyweight. And if Krylov wants to build back up, he hasn't fought, Magomed Ankalaev. Alex Pereira's fighting for the belt again. If he wins, Krylov hasn't fought either of those guys. Or yeah, he's fought Magomed Ankalaev. What am I thinking? Lost to Ankalaev, but hasn't fought Pereira. It's been a while since he fought Ankalaev, so want to build himself back up to get a chance at the belt. Anyway, moving on. We have Asul Amabaya versus Jose Ochoa. I'm going to go going Jose Ochoa to get it done via decision. I think he's got the physicality advantage in this fight. I'm slightly worried of the grappling of Asul Amabayev, but I don't think Amabayev is going to be able to out-grapple Ochoa. I think Ochoa has good enough grappling. I think after seeing, which I don't want to discount him in his last fight, he did get fouled in his last Amabayev. But after seeing his last fight, I just don't know if he has. I think Jose Ochoa has more heart and determination, if that makes sense, and willpower to go forward than Asul Amabayev. So I'm going to go Ochoa via decision. I think he's going to be able to outwork Asul Amabayev all 3 rounds. I think it's going to be very clear Jose Ochoa decision win. Moving up the card, the featured fight. We have Sharon Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Not a big fan of this fight. Not a big fan of this matchup. They're giving Sharon Magomedov a bounce-back fight. If Marc-Andre Barriault wins, it's going to be an upset. It's going to be, nobody's going to expect it. I'm going Sharon Magomedov. He's going to KO him. Or TKO him. It's either going to be a third-round TKO for Sharon Magomedov or a decision. A very dominant decision win. I could see him go out there wanting to be very measured, safe, get the victory clearly to get back on the winning track. I think he's going to get the TKO in the third round for Sharon Magomedov. I think he's better everywhere. Marc-Andre Barrios is not like this elite grappler. I don't think he's going to go out there and out-grapple Sharp Magomedov. If he was smart, that's probably what he would do, because I think Magomedov's striking is leaps and bounds better than Marc-Andre Barrios' striking. I think it's going to be a fun fight, an entertaining fight, but I think the Pirate's going to get back on track and get the win over Marc-Andre Barrios. Let's move on. Co-main event. Super excited for this fight. We have Petr Yan versus Marcus McGee. I think, personally, I see a lot of similarities between the both of them. Marcus McGee's, to me, a more beefier Petr Yan, a little bit bigger. This is a really tough fight to pick. I really think it is. If this was 5-round fight, because Yan starts slow sometimes, I would have no problem picking Yan. We haven't seen Marcus McGee go 5 rounds. In his last fight, if I remember correctly, I don't remember who he was against, but I think he slowed down in the 3rd round and lost the 3rd round. I'm going to go Petr Yan and hoping Marcus McGee picks the 1st round up, and then Yan, the switch flips in his head. He downloads his data and is able to pick up the 2nd and 3rd round. I think McGee is going to be really strong in the 1st and then slow down as the fight goes, and I think Yan's going to be the opposite, and that's why I think he'll pick up the 2nd and 3rd round, get it done via decision. Very dominant, clear win for Petr Yan. I don't see Marcus McGee chinning Petr Yan. I don't see him out-grappling. I think Yan has better grappling, better jiu-jitsu. They both have very good striking on the feet. Yeah, I think Yan's going to win it. I think it'll be a pretty clear 29-28 decision win for Petr Yan. Being able to outdo Marcus McGee in the 2nd and 3rd round and have a better gas tank going into that 2nd and 3rd round than McGee does. Moving on, main event. This is an interesting one. We have Robert Whittaker versus Reinier de Ridder. As I'm talking right now, I do not know who I'm going with. I kind of have someone I'm leaning with, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Let's break it down. Whittaker in his last fight gets finished by Hamzat Chimaev in the 1st round, gets submitted due to his teeth breaking in the fight, had injured teeth beforehand. It was weak. Hamzat put that rear naked choke on Whittaker's jaw, or in his teeth, kind of right up in here. Broke his teeth, made Whittaker tap immediately as soon as he put pressure on it. Reinier de Ridder, coming off the win of Bo Nickel, absolutely bodied Bo Nickel, made him look like a little bitch in the octagon. Body shots over and over again. That's, he could do that to Whittaker. He's got those long limbs. Could do that to Whittaker again. Get the clinch. For Reinier de Ridder, his best path to victory, I think, is just to walk Robert Whittaker down. I might have said path to victory for Reinier de Ridder, or for Robert Whittaker. I meant path to victory for Reinier de Ridder, if I misspoke there. Walk Robert Whittaker down, kind of like he did Bo Nickel. Clinch, knees, elbows, trip Robert Whittaker down, submit him, or ground and pound finish. I think that's probably Reinier de Ridder's best path to victory. For Robert Whittaker, I think probably later TKO, 3rd to 5th round TKO or decision is his best path to victory. That being, I think for him to win this fight, he's going to have to stick and move. I think de Ridder is just going to march him down, march forward, and I think Whittaker's going to have to bop, circle out, and just keep peppering Reinier de Ridder, popping him with shots, hitting him in the body, making sure to zap his gas tank with the body shots. I'm going to go Robert Whittaker. I think I picked, in his debut, I picked Gerald Meerschaert to beat Reinier de Ridder. Because in de Ridder's fight before he got in the UFC, he looked like shit in that fight. Was getting bodied, in that fight. Until he, pulled out of the fire and won. Was losing the Gerald Meerschaert fight. He was losing that fight. I think Whittaker is going to be able to stick and move. I think he's going to pepper the body up of Reinier de Ridder. I see a late TKO finish where he's constantly going to the body, and then we see his signature head kick gets the finish over Ritter, the signature head Robert Whittaker KO. Hopefully that's what happens. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. How do you think this fight's going to go? Let me know down below. Drop a like in the video. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.